Hey guys, Grant Dunn here, and just hanging out in my little office slash storage closet deal at my house. Computer light shining on my face. Anyway, I just got out of the shower after really. I always do a lot of thinking in the shower. That's the funny thing. I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you've been marketing online, some of the best ideas that come in your head, some of the most intriguing thoughts for content and stuff that you can produce online that'll help you make sales and stuff. Usually, or a lot of times, will happen in the shower. If not, it happens while you're sleeping. All right. But I was just thinking while I was in the shower. I was thinking about what it takes to really succeed online, and just bare bones basics. What does it take to actually make it, right? And when I say make it, I mean actually earn anywhere between $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, all the way up and beyond. Where I haven't even reached a lot of those levels. Okay, and I've heard it told to me before, but over the last couple of months, I've really truly understood that there is really two ways to succeed in this online network marketing affiliate thing. Now, are there exceptions? Absolutely. Okay, so I'm just giving you my opinion, but I think most people who watch this video, especially those who have been through the grind, who have succeeded, who have struggled and then succeeded, a lot of you are going to agree with me that to succeed online, you have to be able to recruit a lot of people. Okay, if you're not recruiting a lot of people, you need to have friends, right, who will come to you first or in the beginning before they go and recruit a lot of people and put those people below you. And that depends on the compensation plan you're working with and stuff like that. Okay, so again, number one, you got to be able to recruit a lot of people. Now, why do people not do this? Right? Why are people not recruiting, one or two people a week, or even one or two people a day? That's like the holy grail, right? Especially online. If you can recruit one or two people a day, in my opinion, you're gonna be very successful in whatever business you choose. Doesn't matter the compensation plan. I mean, obviously some are better than others, but if you can recruit every single day, one to two people, you're gonna crush it. Okay, and the reason why is because most people quit. Right? If people get into a business opportunity and they don't start making money within, I would say at the most 90 days, you know, sometimes even 30 days, people just quit, right? They're looking for like the magic pill, something that's gonna, put money in their pocket even though they don't do jack shit. And let me just explain to you that if you're one of those people who get into stuff and then quit and then get into stuff and then quit and then you complain to people about how you're not making money online after 2 or 3 years, it's because you're doing exactly what you're doing and you need to stop, right? You need to learn how to recruit, right? You need to get with some people who can teach you how to start making sales, okay? And you need to start actually doing what myself, right, or other people who are successful are doing, okay? And until that happens, you're never going to succeed. Now, the exception, number two, is you get in with the right group of people, right? You make friends with people who can produce, and they love you enough to come to you before they go build a massive team. Okay, Wake Up Now would be a perfect example. I have friends who got in at the right time, right, and had businesses built under them within days, okay, weeks. I have people on my team who have had businesses built under them because they got involved with me when I told them to get involved with me, right? And you guys, the thing is how are you going to do that, right? Let's be honest. If you're going to build relationships, let's say that you're going to be a person who tries to get lucky and score a good spot. I'm going to be honest with you. Unless you learn how to produce, there's a very unlikely chance that you're going to be in the right place at the right time, knowing the right people. Okay, so what does that really mean for you? Well, it means to me that you might get lucky and get in with the on the hot deal at the right time, but even if that's going to happen 90% of the time, if you're not a producer, unless it's like your mom, right, or your dad, or your your cousin or something, or your Uncle Larry or something like that, who is the producer and you're not, people aren't going to pick you to put into their top 3 positions or top 6 positions or whatnot. Okay, so how do you get in with the crowd, right? You go produce your butt off. You go and do whatever it takes to succeed, right? When I got online 2 years ago, I had no clue how the internet worked. I didn't understand Facebook. I barely had a Facebook profile. I didn't understand YouTube. I didn't understand search engines. I had no clue what the internet was 2 years ago, maybe a little more than 2 years ago. Absolutely no idea. And everybody who I talked to about what I was learning thought I was frickin' crazy, right? They told, my mom, my family, right? My family, my friends said, that stuff doesn't work. It's a scam. It's the internet, whatever, which is the most ridiculous idea, honestly, because people are more transparent on the internet than they are in face-to-face real life, right? In my opinion. You have to be, otherwise people will just bash you. But I hustled my tail off. I worked my butt raw, right? I came home and I did everything it took to learn what I needed to learn so that I could sponsor, a person a day, or, for example, last week I was able to personally, sponsor 4 people, right? That doesn't come by just getting lucky, right? That came through busting my rear, following a certain group of people until I started to achieve results. Now, a lot of people, what happens, right? Most people, right? And I shouldn't even say a lot of people, 95% of you get in with the right crowd, right? And you start working. You start maybe doing a couple of things. And a week later, you don't have enough personal motivation, enough self-worth in yourself to continue to do what it takes, to continue to put yourself through pain so that you can achieve the results that you want. But I did. Right? I kept pushing. I kept working. I kept fighting for my dreams, right? And now I can recruit. And now I have friends who can recruit. Friends, real friends, people who love me and appreciate me. In essence, how did I get where I am? I did everything it took. I didn't sleep, right? Until I understood some things, right? I'm not saying you can't sleep, but I'm saying you're going to have to make yourself uncomfortable and realize that being uncomfortable is probably the best thing for you. And when you are uncomfortable, like it, right? Like it, because you're doing what 95% of people just freaking won't do, right? But I hustled. I busted my butt. I finally got to the point where I had a small breakthrough and I started to recruit. Then what did I do? I started getting myself around people who could recruit. I started going to events. I took myself to Costa Rica when I couldn't afford it. Right? I built relationships. And that's resulted in today being in a position where I can recruit and I have friends that can recruit, and those friends want me around them. Those friends have seen what I can do, and when they go do something in business, they come to me, right? They come to me early. I'm still building my own brand kind of in the internet space, right? I'm still working on that. But let me put it like this. A couple months ago, I had just gotten done with about 6 months of not doing anything on the internet. I had gotten frustrated. I had lost my YouTube channel, which was my bread and butter, right? And just things didn't work out. Had a lot of, I went through an eviction, right? I had, not personally, right? I didn't get evicted. I actually own my house and I rent out the upper level of my house, and I had to evict somebody, right? I went through some stuff that was really frustrating, really difficult, and just had to get through it, right? Let alone just got kind of burnt out, right? So I went from 6 months of not doing anything on the internet to receiving an email one day after kind of getting an itch, right? Started feeling like, man, I got to get back online, right? I got to start doing this again because this is where my future is. This is where I'm going to make my money. This is where I'm going to be, able to stay home with my kids and help them, keep my kids in private school and keep my wife from having to go to work every day, right? Is the internet. Okay, so started getting the itch. Read an email from a friend, right? From a friend that I hung out with in Costa Rica and all over the country, right? And I read his email. And I will say I was a little late, right? I wish I would have read his email like 2 weeks before that. Went and hit him up on Facebook and said, "What's this up? What's this about, man? and he says, basically, get in now, Grant. I'm going to help you build. We're going to work together, and the future is going to be great, right? Because it's not just what we're doing now, but what we're going to be doing in the future. And if you're in on the inside, then and if you're not on the inside, then you better hit me up on Facebook or something, right? And anyway, hadn't posted on Facebook at all for 5 months, right? 6 months. But because I had put myself through the grind before, because I had friends who had seen what I could do, right? What I taught myself to do, literally. You guys, just before, I'm gonna stray for a second. When I got started online, my wife was so against me spending money on info products, education, right? I would go to websites from leaders, like people on the internet, and basically scour their websites, soaking up any type of free information I could get. Are you willing to do that? Are you? Something's got to change inside you. If you're not the kind of person who's willing to do that, if you're not the person who's willing to scour websites from other leaders who are in a related business of yours or system or something, and scour their blog or YouTube channels for any nugget of info you can get, and then go try to implement what you learn, pick up these free boot camps. Back then that was a hot deal, and watch video after video after video. You guys, if you're not willing to put yourself through that kind of pain, you are not going to succeed online. You will not succeed. So it's been 5 months since I had posted on Facebook, literally, maybe one or two things in a long time. Mainly my wife was posting on my wall, right? Because we were doing a remodel after we got this horrible tenant out of our house. And anyway, I started posting on Facebook, guys, after 5 months of being not existing, right? And just boom, 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 started posting every day. A couple of videos, a couple of compelling, messages that people could resonate with, because I know what it takes to speak into somebody's heart, right? I've learned it. I've studied it, right? I've put myself through enough audios, right? Inner circle audios, enough videos, enough training to understand how the successful people communicate. And then I basically started communicating that way through my profile. Throwing a video up on YouTube here or there. Throwing a video up on my profile. Boom, sales. I had friends who I had met in the industry, not necessarily producers, right, but just friends that I cared about and wanted to get in early. Start going to them, right? Why did those people get a message from me? Well, it's because they were at events, right? They built a relationship with me. But anyway, guys, what I'm basically saying is, because of what I've put myself through, I was able to go from 5 months of doing nothing to the next in the next 6-7 days, creating a $600 monthly income with the help of, obviously, a wonderful upline, right? Which we're still in the process of building a great team. Some of you, hopefully you're watching this, you've quit. Grow a pair. I'm not gonna, I don't care if you're a chick or what, but if you're quitting because you're busy, if you're quitting because you don't have your 3 people yet, or whatever, get over it, right? And start putting yourself out there. A lot of you people probably know what to do, right? Because you've watched me do it, you've watched other people do it, you've watched enough training, you've put yourself through a little bit of pain. You know what to do, but the one thing you're afraid to do is put yourself to basically put yourself on the line, right? Put your face out there. Splatter your videos all over Facebook. Splatter your videos all over YouTube. Have the balls to speak with authority on Facebook, right? You know what to do, but you're not doing it because you're afraid. Stop being afraid. Start speaking with authority. And if you don't feel like you have enough authority, get behind somebody who does, right? Get by somebody who can speak with authority, and study what they're doing and copy them, right? Not verbatim, but model what they're doing. If you want, model what I'm doing, right? Because it works. It simply works, right? Now this has been kind of in your face, right? Check this out, you guys. Just got my Facebook open. I want you to understand how this works, right? A couple days ago, well, right now, okay, I'm going to explain what happened right now. Guy pops a message in. I said hi there, right? How did I find this guy, right? I've got an ad up, right, where I'm driving traffic on Facebook. He opted into my subscriber list. I took his email, went into Facebook, found him on Facebook, friended him, sent him a message, and he responded. Laser targeted lead. Super simple. I think so, right? You guys are overcomplicating it. I teach this to my team. I teach this exact strategy, right? I'm in the process of creating a couple more videos that will really go into more detail. And if my team were willing to actually do what I'm doing, right, they'd be getting these same type of results. A couple days ago, I had a guy, I think he found a video on my YouTube, or maybe he saw something on Facebook. I think he found me on YouTube. He sends me a message, Grant, I've been watching your videos on YouTube. Want to know how I can get started in your business? Gave him the link, he joins. Isn't that what you're all waiting for? Isn't that what everybody wants? Right? I'm not trying to be cocky, you guys. I'm just trying to explain to you that you can do it, right? But you've got to stop avoiding the things that make you uncomfortable. Period. You've got to stop avoiding. You've got to stop being afraid. And honestly, a lot of you, what you probably need is you probably need to start listening to some audios. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, you need to rewire your brain a little bit, because you're so self-deceptive. Like, even I do it myself, but now I realize when it's happening, right? Where, for example, before I made this video, I almost got distracted. And I was like, oh no, dude, I gotta make this video because it's something important that needs to be said. Right? But if I hadn't changed the wiring in my mind, I wouldn't recognize self-deceptive thinking and probably not done this video. Anyway, you guys, here's the thing. I want you to succeed. If you're a friend of mine, I want you to succeed. If you would like me and you read my posts on Facebook, and you watch my videos, I want you desperately to succeed. If you're on my team right now, I want you to freaking succeed. So bad. Right? And most of you aren't even willing to be patient enough for at least 90 days to see me create results for you. Like, literally. That's how bad it is. That's how bad your self-deception is. No lie. Right? Those of you who want to be able to do what I'm doing, I don't think I need to say anymore. Right? If you're on my team, soak up what I'm offering you. Soak it up. Do what is uncomfortable, whether it's financially, whether it's emotional, whether it's, like literally putting yourself on a limb and making yourself look a fool on Facebook, if that's what you think it's going to be, right? And maybe that's what it'll look like at first. Get over it. Everybody looks like a fool at first, right? I can't say anymore, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not on my team and you would like to learn more, right? I know this was a really kind of in-your-face type video, but most of the stuff, I got to smile, right? I'm happy. I'm excited to be teaching people, right? When you watch my training tutorials that I offer my team, you're going to love them, right? I'm excited. I'm happy. I've actually had somebody tell me that I have a very soothing way of teaching, right? I'm very calm and collected, maybe, right? So take advantage of it, man. And if you guys need a link, if you want to work with me, I'd love to work with you, right? Especially if you're somebody who's serious about succeeding and you're willing to do whatever it takes every single freaking day until you get the results that you want. Appreciate you, and I love you, and I hope to see you at the top.